Meantime, we want to take you to the Fulton County Jail, boy, where problems persist as an inmate is facing charges for assaulting another inmate. Angelique Proctor following this story for us. Angelique, the victim, we understand, is in very, very serious condition this afternoon.
That is right, Tom. We are actually at Grady Memorial Hospital where Tyriana Ledbetter is still here on life support in critical condition inside the intensive care unit. And her family spoke out for the first time today. This is a family that is really hurting, a family just devastated by this development. And they tell me they have so many questions about how and why this happened to her while she was in the custody of the Fulton County Jail. Now take a look at this picture. This was shared with us by her family. This is the 20-year-old from her hospital bed. Now her mother says that Tyriana really does not even look like herself and that she is unresponsive at this time. The mother says the 21-year-old is on life support, as I stated. We also learned today that she is disabled, and her mother says she reads on a 6th grade level. Gloria Buckner, who is the mother, says she believes her daughter should have never been in a cell with the 27-year-old Shania White. Now, White has been charged with aggravated assault, aggravated battery, and tampering with evidence. But many supporters of the Ledbetter family believe the entire system failed this inmate. John C. Barnett traveled to Atlanta from Mississippi to address this case.
And she's been here for 6 months, and the first court date, public defender didn't show up. Second court date, public defender didn't show up. Third court date, public defender didn't show up, which kind of makes me believe that if by chance he had showed up and got a bond hearing for Miss Gloria's daughter, she may not have gotten beaten so bad last week. Second problem, this is a problem inside this jail. The Department of Justice already has some umbrella over this jail in reference to the treatment and the way it looks. It's probably number 2 compared to the Parchment prison. That prison, they said it's inhumane, even a dog don't need to stay there. This is number 2 to me. And so in saying that, the third bullet, of course, is the court date is backed up, the court dockets. And it's imperative that the Sheriff Department get with the public defenders and the public defenders get with the clerk of courts so they can schedule these court dates to get these women out of here. And I would say a fourth bullet would be mental health. This lady has special needs. So you put special needs at a ripe age of 20. She just turned 20, and yet she's beaten to death and left under the bed. She was found under the bed.
And another allegation from this family, they are saying that the Fulton County Sheriff's Office did not contact them immediately after this attack. They went on to say that once they did talk with Sheriff Patrick Labatt, they described him as being insensitive, and they went on to say that he even got angry with Miss Buckner while talking about the case.
She's basically reading on a 6th grade level, and you throw a 20-year-old in a week after her birthday and you hand her back to me and say this is mine? I demand justice. I demand for Fulton County to give me my answers. I demand for them to let my child go, and immediately within the next 24 hours.
Right.
Like, I am tired of waiting and having to still go through your messed up system to where this is a shame for any person to get locked up and not have the support in the jail no matter what they have done. These people still deserve to be punished the way that they should, but not treated like animals, dogs, and it's just unfit, crowded, and you take a 27-year-old with a 20-year-old that's reading on a 6th grade level and beat my baby like she was nothing, let alone you let 5-6 days go by and media people know, and I did not know what happened or where my child was.
Now, the national activist says he plans to notify the FBI, the GBI, and the Justice Department to have all of them take a closer look at the Fulton County Jail. Keep in mind there is already a consent decree, and the Justice Department had already been investigating the jail, and so they want to see those investigators to return back to the jail because they believe this jail should be closed. Now, we did ask questions, the one question that the advocate kept asking is how many more people have to die or be injured like this before something is done. And keep in mind, this young lady is still here on life support. Her mother says she has injuries all over her body. Tom.
Boy, Angelique, your heart goes out to that family, especially listening to them and the attorney at the news conference there. So, you know, when I'm listening to all this happen, I'm thinking this is happening on both sides of the jail, the men's side and the women's side.
Right, that is what their allegation is. And one of the things that they spoke about is that they believe that the public defender's office also failed Ms. Ledbetter because they say she had 3 court hearings where the public defender did not show up. The mother says she went to the courtroom, but the public defender was not there and the case was not called. And they believe if she could have possibly had a bond hearing earlier, since she had been at the jail for 6 months, that maybe she could have been out on bond and avoided what has been described by the sheriff's office as an attack.
Yeah, and you mentioned Patrick Labat. Has he commented at all on this case and the condition of this jail victim who's now clinging to life at Grady?
Well, I have reached out to the sheriff's office. They did point out that they met with this family, and they said that the condition of Ms. Ledbetter is at the top of mind for the Fulton County Sheriff's Office. But keep in mind, this family said something to the contrary of that this afternoon. They described Sheriff Labat as being insensitive, and they said that they really felt like he just did not care. And so I've reached back out to the sheriff to try to get some response from him, so we are waiting on that.
And the folks who are calling for this jail to be closed, I mean, that's sort of, we've moved beyond that, and they voted to repair it instead, correct? So that's no longer even a possibility.
Correct. That is not going to happen, Tom, or at least it looks like it's not going to happen, because at this point, like you said, the Fulton County Commissioners plan to renovate this jail, and they have already voted on that. So those are their plans. Yeah,
and yet the problems there persist. Angelique Proctor with some heartbreaking news for the family of that jailed victim. Angelique, thanks.